Alright guys, so let's go ahead and check it out. We've got the Double God Hero deck. So this deck is all about incorporating the Link God Dragon, and on top of that, God Phoenix Gearfried turn 1, which basically sets you up to win majority of your games. And it's going to be fairly easy to pull off because Assault is a balanced card, right? I feel like this card is honestly contender on the next bundle, so let me know guys what you think. There's so many Dark Warrior variants that will just go ahead and Assault and you DDR and you summon Armageddon Knight or Greffer, and then you open up with these boards that are basically unbeatable. But there is a few things that I do want to talk about that are interesting new techs that I have not seen. Plus, the last duel that I'm going to share with you guys is absolutely amazing. Once you guys see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But anyways, again, this is supposed to be about summoning double gods in one turn, and look what he's able to pull off. I mean, okay, we've got Link God Dragon, we've got God Phoenix Gearfried, plus we also have the Draconoxian Powered Warrior and a Super Poly. Super Poly was just icing on the cake. This guy goes ahead and hits him up with a Pegatrops, and then he couldn't actually get rid of it, and then he's like, well, it's not affected by everything, and I guess he's just like, well, I guess it was GG, man. But we got a few different plays to showcase off. It's not always going to be first turn double gods, although the first two replays are going to go ahead and showcase that off. Now this is up against a more, I would say, meta-ish deck over here, where we got the World Legacy. Basically, if you play anything plus like the Dark Warrior, it's actually really strong right now in the game. But he's also technically playing like the Dark Spirit, which I actually haven't really seen teched into it's basically a Necrofear variant deck. But literally, you throw Orcus in anything and it almost becomes pretty viable. But once again, the key combo here that is different from the previous hero builds that I've shown off is instead of going into Dark Law, you immediately go with Solid Man right into Dian. And then with that effect of the Solid Man, because you used him as material, you're going to be able to re-special summon Stratos, which can start you out your Honest Neos. But again, just this play, turn 1, is GG. I mean, okay, in this instance, he had another Super Poly. Like, this guy's Heart of the Cards is insane. Yo, shout out to my boy, Mr. Player, for being able to showcase off this deck. Because, again, I've been on this hero hype train for a while. A lot of you guys that do come into my live stream, I'm usually playing this deck because it's so good. A lot of different variants of this. This is the first time I've seen the Link, or the Double God hero deck, because again, we've got Link God and the God Phoenix Gearfried. I don't know why he impermanents this. I think a lot of people still, I mean, reading is hard, right? In Yu-Gi-Oh! He actually tried to get with impermanence. I don't know what the point of that was. I mean, it didn't really matter. He didn't have an out to it anyways. But we got one more duel, and then the best duel is after this one, which is awesome. I mean, hopefully it's the Tyler Knights of 2019, but Evenly Match is a pretty good card. But this one's funny over here, okay? I won't spoil it, but watch what happens, okay? So this one is more of a funny duel, and the last one is like, okay, it's great too. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and get the effect of Assault, then once again go into Shadow Mist, add the Quick Play, and this play is going to be a little bit different. So once again, the Bamboo. So I feel like the Bamboo engine is insane too. So there's one of our gods here. We got Mass Change, Impermanence, and this is a card that I think is really good. So you can add this card with Assault and immediately get the effect anyways, because it has that ability to instantly be able to stop the entire battle phase. So, dude, the guy top decks Nibiru, activates Upstart, gets another Nibiru, and I bet you he wish he had this a little bit earlier, because at that point is GG. Unlucky, man. Really unlucky. Alright, so the last duel over here, I told you guys it was spicy, and it is indeed spicy. So once again, I'm going to start off with the combo. We got the E-Call, we got the hero Lives, going to go ahead and activate that Stratos effect, and go for the Solid Man into Vion. Vion, I'm going to go ahead and Mally, and then once again, I'm going to go ahead and add the Draconox. This is something that I have not seen before. I'm not sure if I actually like the card, but it is definitely a card I didn't think about at all. Because what it does is, because you add a card with Assault, the card that you add with Assault has this downside where you can't normal summon, set, or special summon a monster with that name or activate their effects. But it doesn't matter because you're going to be placing this in the Pendulum Zone, and then when your opponent attacks, you just end the battle phase. It's actually kind of like dirty because you build this nice board, and even if you go Dark Law plus that card, it still is pretty nice. So we've got a Dark Law and a Link God Dragon turn 1, right? Which, you know, if you're playing a Gren Maju deck, which this is like a Gren Maju variant deck, he's like, oh dude, I top deck Maju, no problem. Dark Law going to be activating that effect. Metal Snake is indeed changed, so at this point he's like, yo, I got so many extra cards for my Gren Maju. And then Ripperoni Pepperoni, he hit the Gren Maju, unlucky over here. And the guy goes ahead and Ash Blossoms the Nessie, and then Bigfoot is indeed going to be summoned. But at this point, like, what do you got in your extra deck that is actually going to deal with this card? I don't know, because it's got 5,000. Again, the Link God Dragon, once it comes out, is pretty much GG. But then he also has a Din Gearsu, which technically has a pretty good effect. He's going to go ahead and activate that effect, but reading is hard, and I don't know, man. He should have got rid of another card. But then on top of that, he got the Azneyes, so the guy, he got trolled, man. But that snipe of the Grand Maju, 100% skill, outplayed a Mr. Player over there. I mean, he would have had a pretty strong Grand Maju. That was his out, okay? He probably doesn't have anything else other than Grand Maju. With 24 banished cards, that would be nice to top deck into. But is it going to be happening? No, not on this deck. This deck is just way too good. On top of that, this commander coming back with that Pot of Greed effect is indeed pretty good. Yo, drop a like on it if you guys like Pot of Greed, because this deck has got lots of Pot of Greeds. Anyways, let's go ahead and hop into the deck profile. In case any of you guys do want to go ahead and play the Double God Hero deck. Plus, he plasma. This guy got straight up dirty, dude. I mean, anytime you get Plasma, Azneyes, and on top of that, he sniped the card, I would have been really salty if I was the other guy playing the Grand Maju Daisa. But anyways, it is indeed a 60 card build, but if you guys do want to cut things, let me know in the comment section below what you would change in this deck. But I just really like being able to incorporate Link God Dragon in so many decks because, like I said before, you summon this card, sometimes your opponent has no outs to it. And with the deck, it still can play totally fine without going for a Link God Dragon, as you guys saw. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into the deck profile. So triple copies of God Phoenix Gearfried, 1 copy of Plasma, 1 copy of Azneyes, 3 copies of Mali, 2 copies of Stratos, 1 copy of Celestial, 1 copy of Decider, 1 copy of the Dragonox, and then 3 copies of Solid Band, 2 copies of Shadow Mist, 2 copies of Vion, 3 copies of Ash, and then we've got 1 copy of the Disc Commander, 3 copies of E-Call, 1 copy of Hero Lives, 1 copy of Poly, 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, 1 copy of Further Spur of Goods. This is just for like the bamboo engines pretty much. But then we got 3 copies of D-Draw, and then 3 copies of Pot of Greed in here. Then we got Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn, 2 copies of Mass Change, 3 copies of Called, 3 copies of Super Poly because it's Hero deck. Then we got Form Change also, Power of the Guardians, Different Dimension Reincarnation, Moon Mirror Shield, Divine Sword, Phoenix Blade, Living Fossil. Then we got 1 copy of Broken Bamboo Sword and 2 copies of the Cursed Bamboo Sword. If you really want to, you could maybe bump this up to 3 if you want to and drop this card. I feel like it might be kind of a win harder card because you already have Azneyes technically as a search target, but it just adds the extra level of like, dude, you ain't beating me. But as you guys saw, he literally never needed it, and I think that, again, it could be a win harder card at the end of the day. And then next up over here, we have 3 copies of Impermanence because, you know, stopping things is good. And then Red Reboot because, you know, still people play all 3 guys out there in 2019. You go ahead and say no to them, and you activate this and they just cry every time, man. Especially because, keep in mind, guys, Stratos' effect will be able to be activated infinite times. It doesn't have a limit to how many times you can activate Stratos' effect. And with the combo that I mentioned before, where you go ahead and activate Mass Change, and normally what you would do is you go Special Summon Shadow Mist, and then you add the Mass Change, and then you would go into Dark Claw during your opponent's turn. But in this case, you activate it immediately, and this card has an effect where if it's sent from the monster zone by a spell effect, you target a hero and special summon it, and that's going to actually be Stratos. And then because you will have the extra hero monsters on the field, you can just pop all your opponent's cards anyways, or you can search out for, of course, Azneyes. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that really quickly. But anyways, for the extra deck, we've got the Mask Hero Dion, obviously, for that effect. It's just kind of for Solid Man, but at the end of the day, it does have another effect. It wasn't shown off in the gameplay, but if it does destroy another opponent's monster by battle and send it to the graveyard, which won't work with Dark Law, so keep that in mind. But if you have Dark Law, you're probably winning the game anyways. But you get to special summon a hero monster from the deck, which is going to be Stratos 99% of the time. Technically, you can special summon other things, but it's pretty much Stratos because it can pop stuff and then search out another card. Then we have Destiny or Dystopia. Then we have the Great Tornado. A lot of these are kind of just for Super Poly targets. Then we have Vision Hero Adoration. Then we have 1 copy of Nova Master, 1 copy of Shining, Squatty Dad, Ab-Zero, one of my favorite hero cards of all time. Then we have double copies of Dark Law, which I honestly feel like you can actually drop this card as well if you want and throw in like Starving Venom or the, it's the Duck. The World Chalice, this one just because, like, you have 3 Super Poly, this card can actually help out so much if you want to. You can actually drop one of these if you want to, too. And add Starving Venom or any of the Cyber Dragon cards, because there are people playing Cyber Dragons, and Super Poly is excellent against that. Or you could just Chimera Tech Fortress, right? But we got the Destiny of Dangerous, well, of course, Link God Dragon to support the double God Hero deck, Extra Hero Dread Decimator, and the Extra Hero Cross Guy, and of course, Isolde. But anyways, yeah, guys, that is the new hero deck, the double God hero deck. Let me know if you would change anything. I honestly kind of want to try out this deck, but I want to kind of slim it down to 40 cards. I think it might be a little bit difficult because there's just so many good cards in this deck. But if you guys are interested in maybe playing this, let me know what you would remove, because I've been on this hero hype train, and I like this card because you instantly can win the game. But these are three cards I think that I would drop personally. And I mentioned before with the Bamboo, you can technically play 3-3. I've seen a lot of people just do it. I actually could drop this card too. I feel like that's a win harder card. That's a win harder card. You know what? I'm going to probably do some gameplay of this deck. So if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, I kind of want to make a Shadowland variant of this, but I'll get that gameplay very soon. Maybe we got a double God Shadowland deck coming soon at TM, man. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And if you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel here, hit subscribe, turn on that bell if you want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles. And if you guys want to send in any replays, like my boy over here, why is the name not loading? Mr. Player. Feel free to send in a replay file to AzneyesReplays@gmail.com. But I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.